Hello, this is Donna from Clever Crafting. Thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to make a lovely shaker Christmas tag. So let's start with 2 pieces of cardstock, 5.5 centimeters across by 12 centimeters down. So you can see that what I'm doing here is I'm measuring 1.5 centimeters from the top corner down the long edge and leaving a little mark. Then from the same corner, I'm measuring 1.5 centimeters in along the short side. Then I'm going to do the same with the other corner that will make the top of our tag. I'm going to pop the 2 tags together and just cut from corner mark to corner mark, and this gives me my lovely tag shape. So next thing I'm going to do is make sure I hold those nice and firmly together and pop a hole in the top. This is really very important and nice and easy to make a tag. So to do our framing in the center, I'm going to be using the new metric rectangle dies. These are available on the Clever Crafting website, and I will put a link below. So these are designed for Australian sizes, A6 sizes rather than the American A2. You can see that what I've done is I've grabbed a couple of the dies from the smallest dies, missed a couple, and then put another die on, stuck them together so I will get a nice fine frame around the outside that you can see here, and then I'll be able to have a fine frame on the inside with a decent gap in between. So looks like there was a little bit of hair there, that's okay. I'm just using some washi tape now to stick it on the outer edge of the frame. I'm putting this is going to be temporary, so you can use, mint tape or post-it tape or whatever you like here, just so long as it can be removed without damaging your tag. And I'm just putting the other fine piece on the inside, making sure that it's nice and even around the outside. So when I cut this with the rectangles, of course, I had 2 dies side by side, then missed a couple, then another die, so it gave me that bigger gap. So now I'm using the Clever Crafting Smart Art glue, also available on the Clever Crafting website, and I'll also put a link below to that, around the edges and popping on my snowflakes. Now, the Smart Art glue is actually a matte finish, so if it leaks out, it's not going to matter, you won't see it. You can see that that'll make it nice and secure, and it's actually joining the inner frame to the outer frame. So adding a little bit more glue around the edges here, and this time I'm actually going to cut my snowflake in half first. You can see that the first one I put down, there's a lot of waste there because you won't see it all, it'll be covered up. So to make my snowflakes go a little bit further, I've actually cut that in half, and I'll continue to do that for the rest of the tag. So I'm just following that same procedure and attaching those snowflakes from the outer piece to the inner piece of the tag. And it's coming together beautifully. These are such lovely tags. You can mass produce them. You don't cut everything out first and then just sit there gluing probably while you're watching telly. But it's quite a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun making these tags. Okay, so now I am just going to trim off all the edges, as you can see here. Now, if you're new to crafting, I will have a link below to kits. The kits will have everything cut in them, that you can just buy the kits and put them together. Or there's another kit for more advanced people that will have the dies in them instead. So you can see here that what I'm using is a bit of scrap cellophane. I love this plan. This I actually got from Natasha Foot, so I will also put a link to her video below. And this is the most inner piece of cardstock that was cut out of the tag from the rectangle, and I'm just positioning that on that cellophane packaging in the corner and about 3 mil out from the edge, and I am cutting at 3 mil out from the other 2 edges. So what this is going to give us is a piece of cellophane that's sealed on 2 sides effectively. What we want to do is make a little pocket out of it. So I'm just going to grab some cellophane, some sellotape this time, not cellophane, and I'm going to grab a piece and put it on the edge, the long edge that is opened, that's not sealed up. So you're not going to see this tape, so I'm putting that quite finely near the edge, remembering that our frame is only about 3 mil, 2 or 3 mil wide. So I'm sticking that fairly closely. I'm going to pull it up where it's stuck onto my cutting mat there, And now I'm going to trim off most of that sticky tape. I'm not actually going to take all of it off right to the edge. I'm leaving another, it's probably 2 or 3 mil on that. That is enough to fold over and seal that up and make it into a little pocket to a little cellophane bag, really, which is great. So once you've folded over that sticky tape, you really have to press that in and make sure it's nice and secure, because you certainly don't want any of your pieces of bling falling out. Let's just check, and that is definitely fitting on there. It's perfect. So I chose in this case just to put some white sequins in here. These are about 3 or 4 mil, these sequins, and they're totally flat. So it really helps keep our whole project, our whole tag, nice and flat. But because we're putting it in the cellophane, when you shake it, it gives you that lovely shaker sound. You know, we love to play with the shaker sound. I mean, what's there not to love? So once I did that, I'm just sealed that. I didn't show you that again, but once again, I just used my sellotape the same way and sealed up the top edge of that. So now we need to attach it to our tag. I'm just using, this is a 1/8 of an inch double-sided tape. It's about 3 or 4 mil wide. I think it's about 3 mil wide actually. And you can see that I am just putting it around, following the fine frame, the inner frame there. I removed all of the backing from it, just flattened out that those sequins a little bit in my bag, and I'm just going to stick that into place. Now you can use your glue for this. I just wanted that positioned immediately with no give straight away. So now what I'm doing is I am using our glue on the other side, just once again following the line of that inner frame around the very edge of our cellophane bag full of little goodies there. And I'm going to take the other fine frame that remember we cut the 2 tags at the same time, and I'm going to pop that on the top. Now a bit more glue around the outside of our tag, and I can seal all of that down. And there we are. Now that's a really pretty tag, so much fun to make. You can see that we've got room at the top to write to on one side and then from on the other side if you wish. And of course it makes that beautiful noise. I really got into this and made a heap of them because I loved them, and then I changed the design up a little bit, and you'll see here that I've got one that's just got a circle in the middle. So once you get your mojo running, of course there's all sorts of things that you can make. I hope you enjoyed today's tag making. I'd love you to subscribe and give us a thumbs up, and Merry Christmas to you all.